Fire the Terrible. Today we have a new deck for you called the Treetop Torch, featuring our Trevenant VMAX once more, and also the new Chandelure VMAX from Fusion Strike. With the max Poltergeist attack doing 70x damage, they are bringing back the Gengar Mimikyu attack, the Tag Team GX, but it's now the VMAX form. So doing 70x damage for each trainer card that your opponent has in their hand, and you get to reveal your opponent's hand as well. So if they don't use a research on their next turn, if they don't use a Marnie on their next turn, if they keep their hand, you can actually still know what they have in their hand on the next turn. So revealing their hand actually helps you a lot as well. And Cursed Shimmer, it has a very strong ability, the pairing ability that allows you to force your opponent to have tool cards in their hand, and they can't actually attach tool cards from their hand to any of their Pokemon with this ability if your Chandelure VMAX is on the active spot. So the ability actually works really well with its attack. So it's only tool cards though, so tool card is an item, is a trainer card, so you get to do 70 extra damage for each tool card they can't attach from their hand. And we are also playing our Leafeon to charge up that extra colorless energy cost for our max Poltergeist, and also our colorless and our grass energy on Trevenant. So Trevenant and max Poltergeist is kind of the pair, the interesting combo that we're talking about, because this allows us not only to punish our opponent if they have a lot of trainer cards on their hand, but also if they have a lot of supporter cards in their discard pile, we actually do a lot of damage. So we need at least 8 supporter cards on our opponent's discard pile to do 320 damage, knocking out a VMAX with one hit. Otherwise, we're actually doing only like if they have 6 supporter cards, we get to do at least 240 damage for only 2 energy though, so it is quite powerful. And if we can't do enough damage with either one of these 2 attackers, because it is quite difficult to pull off your max Poltergeist and and your Missing in the Forest, you actually need a lot of turns before you get to use Missing in the Forest for a lot of damage. So this is a very late stage attacker, but if you can't actually do any of these 2 attacking, if you can't actually do enough damage with these two cards, then you should be using your Leafeon on your Trevenant on the first turn, and then attach up to 3 energy on your second turn, attack with max 3. So that is the way to go for this deck. If you can't do anything, do max 3 over and over and over again until you can do either one of those attacks. So if that still doesn't, if they use a lot of Crushing Hammer on you, if you can't charge up to 3 energy costs, then you should be using your Chandelure, because max Poltergeist actually works well with your Marnie and your Judge. We only have Marnie in this deck, so we are not playing Judge because we only draw 4 cards with Judge. So Marnie, we are playing 3 copies. We are playing also our Research. So 3 copies of Research, 3 Marnie, and 2 Schoolgirl, 1 Shauna, and 2 Bird Keepers for the draw. We also have 2 Crobats for the draw as well, and 1 Rose Tower to help our opponent draw more cards into their hand. If they draw a lot of supporter cards into their hand, they can't actually discard their supporter cards without quick balls. They can't actually use up all of their supporter cards in a single turn. So we want to be trapping them by helping them draw cards into their hand. But we're only playing that 1 copy of Rose Tower though, so it doesn't actually do much. And we also have 1 Experience Share and 1 Raihan to help us charge up our next Pokemon to attack. I tried a Farewell Bell, but it doesn't really work that nicely, so I have a Raihan instead. So Raihan Experience Share helps us charge up the next attacker, because we are a 2 energy attack cost deck. This is a 2 energy attack cost deck, and we are playing our Aurora energy for 3 copies of Aurora, 2 copies of 3 copies of Capture, and 4 copies of each of our basic Fire and Grass energy. So 3 Capture Energy, 4 Quick Balls, and 3 Battle VIP Pass. I'm very happy for the new release of this card. So happy. Battle VIP Pass allows you to draw out 2 basic Pokemon onto your bench on the first turn. If you don't have this card on your first turn, you can't use it any other turns though. So it's completely destroyed. It becomes useless after your first turn, and you have to use your Quick Ball to discard it. You have to basically use it up as a discarded card. And we also have our Leafeon, 2 copies of Leafeon in this deck, and 4 Evolution Incense to evolve our Trevenant VMAX and also our Chandelure. And we have 1 Switch card, 1 Escape Rope, 2 Switch, and 2 Bird Keeper for the Switch. And we also have 2 boss orders in this deck, and that's all. So let's go ahead for gameplay with our Treetop Torch deck. I'm just gonna... Okay, I don't know where it is now. I'm just gonna filter fire. So Treetop Torch, there we go. We've got way too many decks. So we're playing a Charizard coin. They have a Reshiram Zekrom coin, but we have a Charizard coin. Because we want to be using Chandelure. So we got no VIP pass, we got no quick ball. We actually need quick ball and VIP pass. Capture doesn't do much because we are forced to attach to Leafeon right now. Unless Shauna helps us. If Shauna helps us, then it might actually do a lot. Should we use a Shauna? Oh my goodness, it's expanded. Sorry guys. Oopsie. It's expanded. I forgot to switch it because I was doing my challenges just now. I was completing my challenge on the expanded ladder. It's much easier to win in expanded format, by the way, because you know, a lot of beginners there. If you're a beginner, it's good to go for expanded because it's less competitive and less cutthroat, less crazy. Because a lot of meta decks in standard format, a lot of crazy people. With a lot of money to spend, really, because they have like all the latest cards. Genesect V, super expensive. Mew VMAX, Rayquaza VMAX, Urshifu VMAX. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're not gonna win this one. One price Urshifu deck. Super fast. Way too fast. But we got to attack though. The next turn, not this turn. We're gonna discard that one. We're gonna get a Leafeon. We can't actually draw anything. So they can actually knock us out the next turn, I think. Oh my goodness. If they knock us out the next turn, I'm just gonna concede. Because there's just no point playing this game. They are too fast. A single price, 220 damage in a single turn. Yeah, we're not gonna win this one. If they have an energy in their hand, we're done for. Of course they're gonna get an energy in their hand. Like, that is crazy, man. That one price deck is just madness. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna go first because this is a evolution deck and we want to be using Leafeon VMAX on the first turn. We got our VIP pass. Okay, this is a good game. Because we got our pass on the first turn. And we don't even need our capture. But I'm just gonna capture. Should we just do this one? Let's just do this one. I'm gonna capture another Trevenant. They have Crystal Cave though, and it's resistant. So I think I'm just gonna do this one. We'll just attach this already because we have to prepare for Marnie. We have like 3 evolution cards in our hand. Of course they're gonna Marnie us. We have too good of a hand. Our hand is way too perfect. They're definitely gonna Marnie us. Hey Bruno. Good night. It's your bedtime now. Sorry, I started this video too late. So it's very difficult to make this deck. Chandelure VMAX, and it still really doesn't work that well because there's no card as yet to make this Poltergeist attack work, because we don't have any surprise box. There's no more surprise box in the standard format, and there's no more ability that forces you to keep your hand disconnect. There's no disconnect ability, item lock ability. So we're gonna do this one, pretty sure. We have no supporter cards. So we're gonna do our Crobat right now because they have no Pass to the Peak in play. So we actually need a lot of stadium cards just because Greening Cells is a ability as well. So it's actually better just to... We're gonna keep our hand. It's actually better just to play more stadium cards so that, you know, just to prepare for your Path to the Peak. If your opponent plays that stadium, you can't actually use your Greening Cells anymore. And they can actually do it on their first turn. Excuse me. 10:36 PM, that's very late. Yeah, sorry, it's a very late game today. Because, well, to be honest, I got, my neighbors were a bit disturbing. They were disturbing me a little bit. But they're always disturbing me, so it's really nothing different today. It's just that this deck takes a bit longer to build, and should we use another Crobat? And also I was going through the tournaments. I was doing a lot of tournaments. Let's just do another Crobat. So we got nothing. Oh my gosh, special energy. Dang it. Jesus. Now we can't do anything. Two cards in their hand. This is ridiculous. Oh wow. 140 at least. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't normally sleep. I don't really have a time that I sleep, really. I sleep whenever I want to. I shouldn't have put that one. That was stupid. But I don't want to retreat, you know? I don't want to really retreat anything. Yeah, that was really stupid. I shouldn't have done that. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh my god, I wasn't thinking at all. Oh my gosh, so many mistakes. I attach energy to that experience share one. Oh my goodness. What am I doing? Ugh. We can't attach Aurora energy. This is just laughable now. Okay, we're just gonna do Schoolgirl for 2 cards. And Chandelure. We have no supporter cards though, so I'm just gonna do Chandelure. We have a Raihan in the deck. Let's hope we get it at the right time. So they drew 3 prize cards. Let's hope it's okay. It's 3. I think it's enough. Not yet. Oh my gosh! Because of the bloody crystal cave. Thanks, man. It's very difficult. This card is so difficult to pull off. I tried so much ideas. I tried so many things. I tried it with Vikavolt. I tried it with not Ludicolo. What's it called? Shift Try with the... I can't remember the ability. The ability that forces your opponent to... that turns the effect of all supporter cards they use into a hop. So whatever supporter card that they play, as long as your Shift Try is in the active spot, it turns into a draw 3 cards effect. So if they use a boss order, they only draw 3 cards. If they use a research, they draw 3 cards. If they use a Marnie, they draw 3 cards. So that doesn't do much as well, because It's a stage 2, and also you need it to attack. You need a lot of your rare candies, and it's gonna be very difficult to play 2 attackers, especially if you're playing one stage 1 and a stage 2. It's difficult on its own playing 2 stage 1 in a deck, 2 VMAXs in a deck, let alone 1 VMAX and a stage 2 attacker. That's not only virtually impossible, but also the ability is not that good either, because even though they draw a lot of cards into their hand, they can still use up their item cards, discard their item cards, and use Quick Ball or even a Galarian Articuno to discard their supporter cards. So it doesn't do much. Shift Try doesn't actually do much. And Disconnect, Paralyzing Bolt, Disconnect. I haven't tried Pikachu V Union with this deck, so Pikachu V Union with this one would be very, very useful. I haven't tried it yet, but could actually do something. So I'm not sure if they have any trainer cards at all in their hand. I think they used a Zacian. Pretty sure they used a Zacian. So we're gonna attach to this one because of Bloody Duraliton. We have 5 prize cards though, so we actually get to discard that one. We have to draw something, so I'm just gonna do this. Should we use Escape Rope? I'm pretty sure they have 1, right? Like, we just need 1. Okay, there we go. Chandelure is pretty stupid sometimes. Because you could have, like, they could have no trainer cards in your hand. Energy, Pokemon, and, well, Stadium card is a trainer as well, my bad. So it's crazy. You're doing a lot of damage for each, but they could have 0. They could have 0 trainer cards. And you can't do anything about that. You can use a Marnie, a Drone Rotom. I've seen people use Drone Rotom with Chandelure, but Drone Rotom doesn't do much. And you're kind of flipping a coin with a Marnie, because you're relying on the top 4 cards of your opponent's deck to be trainer cards. And if they play Kyogre deck, if they play Flareon VMAX, cards that rely on a lot of energy cards, then, you know, if they have a lot of energy in their deck, then we can't actually use these 2 combos as well, because Trevenant is not going to do much, Chandelure is not going to do much. So it's a very, very conditional. These 2 attacks are very, very conditional. So they're playing a metal type, so we just need to boss order the Zacian. We can't even use Max Tree to attack Duraludon. The stupid Zamazenta is gonna stall. Bloody Zamazenta. And they're playing 3 Aurora Energy, that's crazy. So another reason why this deck was this stream was super late is because I went for the tournament, because, you know, the Fusion Strike is just nearly out and we have to play the tournament. We have to use up our tickets so that we get as much packs as possible, tradable packs. And then I want to be trading for Genesect V. That card is just impossible to trade for. You need like 20 packs for 1 Genesect. That's crazy. 20 packs for 1 Genesect. I might just buy those packs. Going for a tournament is virtually impossible. You need to be very lucky, even if you're playing the you just use a Marnie on us, so we can't use boss order. Even if you use your tournament even if you use your tickets to get your packs, it's still very difficult. You're relying on chance to win those games. Theme tournament is the most profitable one, but there's always the We're just gonna retreat and attack with this one. Absorb life. 0 damage. Oh my goodness. Oh, they just let us win though. What just happened there? We can use Shadow Cage the next turn, but it's not gonna do much. Oh, we can't actually use it because they're gonna discard that 1 energy from us. It's ridiculous. We have to wait for boss order, but all we need to do is wait for boss order to kill the Zacian and we're good. We actually win the game because we have 2 prize cards left. Yeah, no way to pull the Genesect. If that's what you mean, I think, yeah. Genesect is so difficult to pull. Mew deck is so expensive. Yeah, Mew deck is very expensive. Gonna go first. So the new cards, I suppose the new Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX is Mew and Genesect. But Genesect is so cool though. Like, you get to draw so many cards. The ability, if you have a lot of Genesect, you get to stack the ability. That's the best thing ever. You get to keep using, it's like a Rayquaza VMAX, you get to use, if you have like 3 in play, you get to use it 3 times in a single turn. And we got nothing. We got nothing. If they have a twin energy, they can actually kill us in the first turn. That's crazy. And you know, Genesect, if you have, is a basic Pokemon. If you have a lot in play, you get to draw so many times. But you need to fill up your bench though, and you need to watch out for Avery. Not a difficult thing to do though. If you have like 5 Pokemons in play, you get to draw cards until you have 5 in hand. It's essentially a Type Null, a Silvally GX, my bad, a Silvally GX ability. Can't remember the ability, but you draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. It's a stage 1. So Genesect is a basic Pokemon. And they did it. They actually killed us in the first turn. Because we got a super bad hand. Nothing but a Crobat. We got so many basic Pokemons. So many VIP Pass, so many Quick Balls, and Capture as well. We got nothing. Ridiculous. Yeah. Toxtricity is very cool though. I love Toxtricity. I'm definitely gonna build a deck from Toxtricity, but I need my Genesect, like, come on. Without Genesect, Toxtricity is not that powerful, but you know, I could actually make a deck without Genesect. I'm gonna try it. No Genesect, just Toxtricity. But I'm gonna probably be giving out, no spoiler alert, I'm not gonna give any spoilers. So I'm just gonna say Toxtricity, that's it. Because if I say any other thing, it's gonna give out too much. And they're playing Rapid Strike Urshifu. Got a VIP Pass, we got a Quick Ball, that's great. We get to do Leafeon on the first turn. And we're doing those two. We got a Crobat as well. Should we put that? I really don't want to. We're just gonna put a fire. Should we use a Crobat? I don't know what to do now. Let's just discard this one and get a Crobat. We have another Chandelure, thank God. Because we only have 3 copies in this deck. We're not gonna draw supporter cards. We actually only have 4 basic Grass Energy, so make sure you don't draw that many cards, otherwise we're gonna watch out for they can't kill us the next turn, so we're just gonna watch out for, what's it called again? Crushing Hammer. So if you draw all of your Grass Energy into your hand, you can't use Screening Cells anymore. Greening Cells and your Roar of the Sword ability. Very cool ability attached from your deck, but your turn ends after using the ability. So this deck actually needs a lot of stealing cards. I should probably be changing the deck, you know. The deck list actually needs a lot of stealing cards because you're relying on your ability and you can't afford to have them pass to the PQ. That's gonna destroy your entire deck. We're playing Crobats as well. Yeah, I hope I pull some as well. Genesect V, I haven't pulled any. I've opened like 100 plus packs already. 100, close to 100, not 100 yet actually. Close to 100 packs, but it's all locked packs though. It's all from the shop. I bought it with coins. Hey Faustian, I think that's your name. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. So we got a Trevenant VMAX, Trevenant VMAX. They just let us win. They conceded because they probably have a bad hand. So as you can see, I only have 185 coins left. I had like 150,000 coins before this, but you actually need 200,000 to buy like, sorry, 20,000. My bad, 20,000. So I had like 15,000. You need 20,000 coins to buy 100 packs. And if you have more than 20,000 coins, they actually warn you because you can't actually earn more than 25,000. If you have 25,000, they actually cap you and you can't earn any more coins after that. So make sure you spend your coins after 20,000 or like 22,000. Okay, Faustian. So that was the right one, the right pronunciation. I always mispronounce things. I always mispronounce things. Like Cramorant, I called it Cramorant. And Trevenant, I call it Trevenant because it's a tree. So I like to call it tree. So they're playing Ice Rider, ridiculous deck. We have 2 energy cards in our hand and we can't use greening cells. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. What are we gonna do? We're gonna use a grass type. We're not gonna use our fire type. So we're just gonna get the other one. And there's nothing we can do. No supporter cards, no Crobat. 200. Yeah. Yeah, I also do the same thing. I do the same thing when it first releases. But after a while, I save it up. After like 2 or 3 weeks of the Fusion Strike release, I save it up for the next set. Because, well, probably the first month, you can actually spend it for the first month because you only need 2 months. You only need 2 months to collect up to 20,000 coins. Sometimes 1 month is enough if you're diligent enough. If you're crazy enough, 1 month is enough. But 2 months is a good number. So we can't do anything. We've got such a bad hand. I don't know what's happening. Such a bad hand. And they can't just boss order us. So this is just ridiculous. We're gonna get another Trevenant. Trevenant. We're gonna get another Trevenant. Missing in the forest, very cool attack. And here comes boss order. Oh my goodness, 4 Drizzles. I don't have the patience for that, sorry. I just don't have the patience for that. No thank you. Go play with some other decks. Go play against a Zacian, Ice Rider. Go play against Zacian. I'm really happy that we are not paired against any Kyogre though, because if we have if we are playing against any Kyogre decks, we are definitely not gonna win. Unless we evolve in time, then we can actually stall for a bit. But that's not gonna do much either, because we actually need Max Tree. Max Tree is the only way we can attack. Missing in a forest, Max Poltergeist is gonna do 0 damage because they have no trainer cards. They are not playing trainer cards. They're playing like Escape Rope, Sonia, and Quick Ball, and that's it. Nothing else. So it's a Charizard deck. 1 price. Chinchino Charizard. I forgot to change the list. Yeah, we have to change the list. We need a lot of stadium cards. So we actually could get Turffield as well. We're gonna discard Bird Keeper because we have a lot of Switch cards. And we're gonna get this one. We're not gonna use a Marnie, are we? If we don't use a Marnie, they're gonna use a Marnie, so we have no choice. Even though we have that perfect VMAX, we should just do it right now. And we just kill ourselves. We have no supporter cards, but we don't need a supporter card anymore. We just need to evolve. And Max Tree is gonna do the trick, but if they rare candy, they can actually knock us out. Oh my goodness. They can actually knock us out with 1 hit. 1 Leon already discarded. So 300 damage. They can even play 1 from their hand. This is ridiculous. Rare candy evolve, scoop up net, and we're dead. Charizard. Snorlax is very annoying though, because you actually have to pass the turn. It's kind of the same thing as a Crobat, because you're not attacking and your opponent actually gets to collect that extra 1 prize card. Whereas if you play a Crobat, you get to save that 1 turn. But if your opponent boss order you, you're gonna waste that 1 extra prize card. So it's kind of the same thing, but they are playing both though. They are playing both a Crobat and a Snorlax and Chinchino as well. So very interesting deck. So no Charizard, that's great. We actually get to survive 1 turn. But we have no choice but to use Chandelure after that. Let's hope they have like... Okay, they have a lot of supporter cards though. Can actually use Missing in the Forest. But we can't play our Grass type anymore. We have to get our Chandelures. Because they actually have 3 Leons right now. They got 3 Leons in their discard pile. They are torturing me right now. They are like sounding those crazy horns. Sounding those horns. Wee, crazy people. We're just gonna compress the deck. They can boss order us, but we're just gonna compress the deck because we actually have no Chandelure. That's crazy. And should we do it? Let's just do this one. 200 damage. Oh my goodness, we are doing 200. We should have attached the Chandelure. What was I thinking? Yep, I wasn't thinking again. Because we don't need to use Max Tree. And we are dead the next turn. We have no experience share. We need Raihan. That was stupid. So let's just change the deck a little bit. This deck is just not that good, but it's just fun to play with, you know. Sometimes you can do it, sometimes you can't. We're gonna add more of our stadium cards. Let's see what stadium cards we can play. So Skater Park is not that good. It's not for this. It's interesting. It's a very good card, but not for this deck. So let's try Winden Stadium. Are we playing a Dragon Lightning type? No. Galar Mine. So let's just do a Turffield. We're gonna do like 3 Rose Tower and 1 Turffield. I think 3 stadium cards is enough, right? Let's just do 3 stadium cards and minus 2 cards. I have no idea what to minus here. Okay, since we have a Turffield, we're gonna minus 1 and minus a Switch, I suppose. We can't really minus a Switch. We can't minus a boss order. Let's just minus this one then. I don't want to do that. Let's just do the Switch. We only have 4 Switch cards now. That's horrible. But we need our stadiums. There's nothing we can do. We need our stadium cards. Okay, come on VIP Pass. Yeah, Drizzle is really annoying. For me, I'm sick of Kyogre. I'm sick of Kyogre. It's overused, and nobody actually uses their brains anymore. I'm sorry to say that, but nobody uses their brains anymore. They just use Inteleon, Drizzle, they just use Kyogre, and they just spam all of those decks every time, every day, all day long. They don't bother to build new decks anymore. So I don't think we're gonna get Leafeon. We're just gonna get Trevenant. I don't know what to do though. They're playing a dark deck, I think. Oh my goodness. That's the bad thing about Capture, is that you actually have to attach to this one. Shady dealings. Everybody uses it. Like if you go to YouTube, if you check out any deck list, if you just go type in any deck list, Chandelure deck list, Obstagoon deck list, whatever deck that you see, there's gonna be a Drizzle in there. There's gonna be Inteleon in there. People just spam that card because they just, oh, you know what? I don't know how to play this card. I'm just gonna put a Drizzle. I'm just gonna put Inteleon because I don't have the brains to build a deck. Because I just don't have more than a single brain cell. Here comes Inteleon. They could be playing the new Rapid Strike Inteleon VMAX. That would be pretty cool. And they just did that. You did not just do that. $80 damage. Snipe shot. Okay, Leafeon is gonna come in strong. We're gonna put this one. We're not gonna do that, are we? What are we gonna do? Bird Keeper? And Capture. We're gonna discard our Capture Energy. And we're gonna save that one, and we're just gonna do this. Oh, I forgot, we should have discarded this one. That was stupid. We should have discarded this one. Oh my goodness, are you serious? Hammers and Inteleon, that's so annoying. When in doubt, spam an Inteleon. When in doubt, spam an Inteleon. How many crushing hammers can they play though? That's crazy, man. So we're only doing 120 damage. Not enough. Yikes. Bird Keeper? Let's just do it. Okay, we got a Crobat. Yay, Crobat. Should we play it though? Because they are playing Inteleon with Telescopic Sight. Let's just do it, whatever. I don't think we're gonna win this game anyways. I'm satisfied if I can knock out one VMAX. So we need our evolution card. We can't play Turffield anymore. We're just gonna get another Chandelure, I think. I think we have to get Trevenant though. So boss order, Bird Keeper. Should we do a Bird Keeper? Okay, we're gonna do a Bird Keeper. It's probably the worst idea ever, but let's just do it. Okay, we got it. Okay, we got it. Got that one as well. Should we evolve it though? If they boss order us, we're done for. So I'm just gonna keep it in my hand. We're gonna Greeting Cells on this one because they have one last Crushing Hammer. I knew they have a boss order. And if they don't use it, they're gonna use Drizzle to get it. We have 4 already though. 4 supporter cards in the discard pile. So we just need 2 on our second Trevenant. 18, 16. Should we use a research? We're gonna capture that one and then just research whatever. We need a Raihan. Oof, this is bad. This is horrible. So we are playing VMAX. We actually need Schoolboy because we are playing VMAX. But the reason I have 2 copies is just because to make it much easier to draw. If we top deck it on the first few turns of the game, we actually get to use it when they have 6 prize cards and we get to draw 4. So it's a early stage card to be using, and having 2 means but it's actually better to have 1 Schoolboy and 1 Schoolgirl, just because you're playing VMAXs. And we're gonna do this one because they didn't Crushing Hammer us. And if they boss order, we're done for. We can't evolve. We cannot be evolving Chandelure. But if they boss order, we're dead because we have Leafeon dying already. So we're just gonna do that one, whatever. They have no attacking card though, no Inteleon. For some reason they don't have it. We're gonna discard Leafeon for another Trevenant. Let's just get that one, whatever. Missing in the forest. So that's the bad thing about Boss Order, is that it's a supporter card and you get to do 40 extra damage. Your opponent gets to do 40 extra damage with their Trevenant missing in the forest. So we have no boss order. We need a boss order right now. Yeah, we got no boss order. That's horrible. If only we have it. Then we can knock out the Inteleon. Because they just use a Melanie. So we're doing 200 damage right now. Can actually knock it out. Silent Shot. Oh my god. Snipe Shot, my bad. Snipe Shot. But what are they doing though? Because they're probably gonna have a boss order, right? 120 damage. 240. Is it enough? 240 plus 80. 320. Oh my gosh, it's exactly enough. Okay, they have a boss order in their hand. So we're gonna use a Marnie because they have a boss order. And since they have 1 prize card left, there's no point waiting. We're just gonna evolve both our VMAXs. We're gonna attach 1 to this one, I think. Yeah, let's just do it. And then Marnie the hell out of them. Yes. Missing in the forest. So we just need one more prize card. They just need a boss order and an energy. Because we're playing a fire type. Or a Drizzile and an energy. Oh my god. Bloody Drizzile. I forgot about Drizzile, guys. And they did it. They did it. Bloody Drizzile. We are playing a fire type, so that was the trick, I suppose. They got their Intellan V way too late as well. If they put it much faster, it's even worse. So this deck is not that good. But we tried, at least we tried. Let's go for another game. So we're gonna put this one and this one. We're gonna Crobat for one card. It's just stupid. Okay, we got it though. Yay, we got it. We got a basic summon and we get to use this for Trevenant. Galarian Rapidash and Cresselia. Oh, I think it's a Galarian Rapidash Cysplosion deck. It's a Rapidash Mewtwo V Union deck. It's so cool. Because if you're playing a Peonia, you're definitely gonna be playing your V Union. Or perhaps your Dream Ball, I don't know. There's no stage 2 Psychic Pokemon though. I mean, not a strong one. Dragapult is quite strong though. Gardevoir as well. So what are we gonna do here? We got nothing. We're gonna get another one. And then greening sells the other one. So I don't think they can knock us out. They can confuse us though. Confusion. We couldn't get our evolution card. It's much easier to evolve your Trevenant because of that Turfule. So 120 damage, my bad. They're doing Photon Laser. Okay, one card in their hand. We can use a Marnie though. But are we gonna get a fire energy? Are we gonna be that lucky? Let's just use a Bird Keeper, right? I'm gonna use a Bird Keeper. Are we gonna draw it though? Oh, we have a Shadow Cage, my bad. We have Shadow Cage. So we don't need to evolve actually. Okay, we're gonna evolve this one. And then 120 damage. We're gonna attach here. We're gonna get another discard Marnie. We should be saving that for Crobat though. Yeah. I really want to be attaching my experience share to Trevenant, but we can't use Crobat anymore if we put that, so... But I don't think we have a choice, we're just gonna put it on the bench the next turn. So Confusion, perfect, because we are evolving this turn. So, oh my goodness, now you come. Way too late, man. So we're gonna use a Marnie, I think. I don't think it's gonna... yeah, Marnie is not gonna help us, it's gonna help them actually. So missing in the forest for 0 damage. Oh, they actually used 2. So it's 80 damage. Max Tree though, doing more damage. Psyray. Very weird deck that they're... yep, they're playing a Gardevoir. Gardevoir Peonia. Interesting. So we're just gonna switch, I think. We're just gonna do this one then. We're gonna discard a Raihan, I suppose. And we're gonna evolve our Trevenant. We're gonna hope for a switch card. Otherwise, we're gonna have to discard everything and attack with Max Poltergeist. So no switch card. That's bad. Should we just flip the coin? No way. So we're just gonna use Poltergeist. We just need one trainer card in their hand. Okay, they got it. They got a Marnie. One Marnie. That's great. For both players actually, because now they get to draw cards. And here comes Gardevoir. Curlia for Mirage Step for more Gardevoirs on the to go. More Gardevoirs to go on the next turn. So we actually need to use Chandelure for a few turns before we get to charge up Trevenant to attack. So we're just gonna discard that one. And see what they have. Okay, they got 2. 1, my bad. I thought the Horror Energy is a trainer, my bad. So only 1 research. Oh well. So they are using Rapidash and Blissey. That's very weird. Rapidash and Psychic, I think. Psychic rather than Libra Horn, but Libra Horn can do something as well. Because they're playing VMAXs, they're probably gonna use that one. 22 damage counters. And we can actually use Missing in the Forest now, but we don't have energy cards though. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not enough still. So we're just gonna evolve this one. To capture energy. We're gonna boss order, buy ourselves a bit more time. We actually have no ability, so they can actually attach tool cards now from their hand. We're gonna boss order the Blissey, I think. Which is probably a stupid thing to do, but I don't care. We have 3 prize cards left. Just gonna do it. So, whoa, that's a lot of trainer cards. That's a lot of trainer cards. So let's hope they use a research. If they use a research, they're gonna dump all of those supporter cards. They're definitely not gonna do that though. Probably use a Marnie. They don't actually need that much anymore. They just need to use Psychic, Libra Horn, Psychic, and another Psychic is actually enough. Oh, we don't have energy on this one though, so they actually need much more. So we're only doing 200 damage. We need one more supporter card to knock it out with one hit. Tool Jammer. Yeah, Curse Shimmer doesn't work anymore. Curse Shimmer because they have a stadium card. So we're attaching that one. They are doing 120 damage, so let's just do this one then. Nah, let's just do that one. Let's play it safe and just do this one. So we're gonna attach to here, this one. We're gonna put this one. Research. We can actually use Quick Ball to Rose Tower first, but we don't actually need to draw cards anymore, so missing the forest. We have to prepare for that, what's it called? Path to the Peak. Sorry, Crushing Hammer. We have to prepare for Crushing Hammer because we only have 2 energy attached. I don't think they can kill us. Psychic is not gonna do it. Yeah, it's looking very good for us. Because it's too late in the game and they're not playing VMAXs, so we can actually knock it out if they use another support card. But I don't think they're gonna do it. They're probably not gonna play any support cards now. If they don't though, we may actually use our Chandelure. Boss order. Oh my god. Wow. That's mad. Okay, we got a switch. We just top decked a switch. That's crazy. And we killed it because they used the boss order. So we get to use Missing in the Forest, knocking it out. Oh, that was so close. We top decked the switch. We have Escape Rope as well in this deck, so phew, that was close. So we won against Galarian Rapidash and a very weird Psychic deck. Gardevoir, Rapidash, Articuno. I'm not sure why they use Articuno to attack first. But I suppose they were trying to confuse us. Constant confusion. So we are putting Chandelure. We actually got no Leafeon, no Battle VIP. We got too many Pokemons, I suppose. We got 3 of each V and VMAX. 2 Leafeon and 2 Crobat, so that's a lot of Pokemons. I suppose that's why we don't get our trainer cards that easily. We got Quick Ball now, that's great. We even got a... Yeah, that was a strange deck. We even got a Leafeon. That was quite a strange deck. With a good deck as well. So they're playing Victini VMAX, probably a Chandelure in there as well. So we're just gonna do... Should we do a Crobat right now? I don't know if we should do a Crobat right now. We should have attached Aurora. Oh well, they're playing Fan of Waves, so we can't actually use Aurora Energy. Let's just do Trevenant, right? Nah, let's just prepare this one. Because Crushing Hammer, they're gonna use Crushing Hammer. There we go, I knew it. I knew it. It discarded a grass energy though. Why? And Leafeon is no longer able to use its ability. We need our Turfu Stadium, we need our Rose Towers. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Okay, we got a good hand though. We can't use Crobat anymore, no more Crobats. Boss Order, Marnie. Gonna get another Chandelure. We can't use Trevenant anymore because we actually need to protect ourselves from the weakness. They're drawing 3 prize for 1 hit knockout, which is crazy. And we should have used a Marnie actually, because now we have 3 cards in their hand and it's gonna be super bad for us. They're playing Fan of Waves and Crushing Hammer. Should we do it? I really don't want to though, because we need to save our fire energies. I think we have enough fire energy to spare though, because we have Aurora energy as well, so we're just gonna do that. So 140 at least. They can't play the stadium card, that's great. So that stadium card is stuck in their hand. Boss Order. Yep, they're killing Trevenant. Oh, they're not killing it, thank god. That was a surprise. No VMAX yet. Are we gonna help them with Marnie? I don't think it's wise though. So we're gonna get another Trevenant. Got a Bird Keeper, but we can't use it this turn. Oh well. I'm gonna put this here, I think. Let's just put it here, right? Yeah, let's just put it here. Oh, we can't use ability, my bad. I thought I forgot to use Grading Cells. I actually forgot, but it doesn't matter because they have a path. That was a strange deck. Yeah, that was a strange deck. The Gardevoir and the Labyrinth Rapidash. I can't remember if I responded to that comment already, but I'm just gonna respond to it now. So sometimes you play against players that are just trying to experiment with new cards, I suppose. Maybe they're trying the Dream Ball with Peonia, Gardevoir. But I don't know why Gardevoir is gonna... I don't think Gardevoir is gonna help out a lot though. Gardevoir with Rapidash, that's not a good combo. Articuno helps out with V-Union discards, I suppose. Maybe they're playing Mewtwo V-Union and Gardevoir? Gardevoir to attach energy to Mewtwo? I really don't know what they're playing. So... they have so many prize cards, right? So I'm probably gonna just do this one. Because we need that experience share to... we need it in the active spot for experience share to work. We finally get to do our Crobat if we have it. Okay, we can't use the Marnie now, but we get to use the Shauna. So that's great. Okay. And we're gonna just attack. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's good. That's great. Ooh, that's good. They actually didn't use their crushing hammer. They kept their crushing hammer. I think they're gonna need to use a lot though. They're gonna need to use up a lot of their item cards if they want to avoid the knockout. So that's the tricky thing. You actually force your opponent to play all of their item cards. They can't actually choose. It's a control deck. In a sense, it's a control deck because they cannot afford to not use their item cards. They have to actually use it at the wrong times. They have to just waste them as early on as possible. Otherwise, they're gonna get destroyed. So it's still quite good. This card is still quite good because you are forcing them to use up all of their trainer cards. They can't actually keep their Evolution Incense. They cannot keep their Quick Ball for later. They cannot keep any trainer cards. And if they use a research, if they have a lot of supporter cards discarded, dumped into the discard pile with a research, then missing in the forest is going to punish them even more. So that's the main idea for this deck, but it doesn't really work that well. It's I'm very, what do you call it, adamant though. I'm very stubborn. I just want to make a video from this deck because I really like it. I don't care what other people say. I just really like it because you're doing a double punishment. If they have it in their hand, you destroy them with a lot of damage. If they have it in their discard pile, you do a lot of damage as well. $220 damage, and it's 350 HP now. They just need a Cape of Toughness, a Big Charm to add even more HP. And they could even have another Heat Energy attached. So that's like 400 HP if they do that. And we're gonna do a Marnie. We don't have a Marnie. So how many supporter cards do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, this is painful. We're gonna do a Bird Keeper. We need a boss order now. We should have just kept our Trevenant for later. I don't know. They're probably not gonna discard their supporter cards though, right? So we're just gonna compress our deck. We don't need to evolve anything anymore. We're just gonna compress it. And then missing in the forest. We're not doing enough damage. We need 3 trainer cards in their hand to knock it out. 3 trainer cards is all we need. Marnie is only drawing 4 cards. You're only forcing our opponent to draw 4 cards. So if they don't have 3 or even 2, if they don't have 3 trainer cards at the top of their deck, we can't even use a Marnie because we don't have a Marnie. So we are basically at a backseat drive here. And boss order gonna punish us again. If they use it, they're not gonna use a boss order though. They can't use a boss order because we're gonna do 200 damage the next turn. Marnie. We could have used our Trevenant. Yeah, we definitely should have just used that because they have a. I think it's only a gear. They could just have that one gear in their hand. You never know. So we're gonna use this one. We can't actually use this to attack. That's horrible. Oh my goodness. We just put our Aurora Energy back at the bottom of our deck. We need to be drawing our final 2 Fire Energy. Otherwise, we cannot do anything. So let's hope we get a ball to shuffle our deck so that we get to draw back the Aurora Energies. Because we cannot attack with this one. I don't think. Yeah, it really relies a lot on luck now. Experience share is not doing anything. But we get to retreat though. We get to retreat at least. And they are drawing prize cards. That's the good thing about Chandelure, is that they are drawing 3 extra prize cards. So we're just gonna use a Bird Keeper here. Because I'm pretty sure those prize cards are gonna be at least 2 trainer cards, right? I'm just gonna gamble. Okay, that's great. Yes! Yay! That's so satisfying. Thank you, Chandelure. Oh my god. We won a victory. That's crazy. So we actually used double on that battle. We actually used both our Trevenant and Chandelure. So I hope you guys enjoyed this deck. It's called the Treetop Torch, featuring Chandelure VMAX from Fusion Strike, the new card with the Max Poltergeist attack, bringing back the Gengar Mimikyu Tag Team GX. 1 fire and 1 colorless energy cost for 70x damage for each trainer card your opponent has in their hand. And you actually get to reveal their hand, and you get to, you know, calculate when they're going to use what on their next turn. If they don't use a Marnie research, you actually still get to take note of what they have still in their hand. So revealing their hand actually does a lot as well, as I said. And we also have our Curse Shimmer ability for this card. We get to force our opponent to not be able to play any tool cards from their hand. They cannot attach any tool cards from their hand to any of their Pokemon, as long as your Chandelure VMAX is in the active slot. So we also get to do extra damage if they have those tool cards stuck in their hand. If they don't use a Marnie for those tool cards, if they can't use a Marnie or Shauna or any way of putting those tool cards back into the deck, then we actually get to do more and more damage. So that's the bad thing about this card though, is that if they use Shauna, or if they discard their supporter cards or anything with their Quick Ball, if they discard trainer cards with their Articuno, or if they just use up all of their item cards, you are only doing like a minimum of 70 damage for that one trainer card, or even 0 damage sometimes. If you have your opponent if your opponent has no trainer cards in their hand, you're doing 0 damage. So that's the very risky part about this card. But if you actually have your Pokemon knocked out on your last turn, if you have your VMAX knocked out on your last turn, you actually get to gamble on that 3 extra card that your opponent draw from the prize. And if any 1 or 2 of those are trainer cards, you're doing extra 70 damage for each trainer that they draw from their prize. So that's quite cool. And we also have our Trevenant. If they discard way too many supporter cards, then we actually get to do a lot of damage. 40x damage for each supporter card in your opponent's discard pile. So Missing in the Forest, very strong attack, only 2 attack cost as well, 2 energy as well, 1 grass and 1 colorless. So we are using our Leafeon to charge up our Trevenant and also our Chandelure early on to start with on our first turn. This is a first turn ability card because you know, we can't actually use this ability without passing the turn. Your turn ends after using this ability, so you have to make sure you've done everything you can before using the ability, and you have to make sure that, you know, if you can't attack, then you can use this ability unless it's your first turn. You actually have to use it on your first turn because you're probably not able to attack on your first turn because you need 2 energies. And we also have our Battle VIP Pass to bring out our basic Pokemon because we need a lot of basic Pokemon to start with. We need our Trevenant, Chandelure, and Leafeon to be able to attach 1 energy to each of those with our Capture Energy from our hand, and also with a Greening Cells attachment from the deck. So that is what we want to do. We have our 3 copies of our Battle VIP Pass, 4 copies of Quick Ball, and 3 Capture Energy to bring out our basic Pokemons. We also have our regular energies. We have our 3 Aurora Energy, 4 basic, 4 of each basic Fire and basic Grass Energy. So we need a lot of basic grass just because we need to use Greening Cells. So they need to turn up in your deck. They need to be inside your deck to be able to use your Greening Cells. If you have them all discarded, or if you have them all in your hand or in your prize card, then you can't actually use the ability anymore. That's why we need at least 4 in the deck. In the deck list, we need at least 4. So we have also our Evolution Incense, 3 copies of Evolution Incense, 1 Stadium card Turf Field, and 2 extra Stadium Rose Tower, so that we get to use our ability, our V card ability, because if they use a Path to the Peak, we can't actually use the ability anymore. We need to use Greening Cells, we need to use Dark Asset, so we need to make sure we have at least 3 Stadium cards in this deck. So I just changed the list. We have 2 Rose Tower and 1 Turffield now, and only 3 Evolution Incense. I can't remember what else I minus. I minus another card from this deck. I'm pretty sure it's an... I'm not really sure what I minus. A Switch card, so yeah. So -1 Switch card and -1 Evolution Incense for an extra Rose Tower and an extra Turffield. So even though you don't get to evolve your Chandelure as easily as the last deck list, as the original deck list, you still get to evolve your Trevenant faster. And evolving Trevenant means you get to use Max Tree on your second turn. If you use your Greening Cells for your Trevenant on your first turn, you get to attach 2 energy passing the turn. And the next turn, you get to attach that final energy for Max Tree Evolve, and you're good to go for 180 damage on your second turn. Not bad, because you actually need a lot of turns to be able to pull off your Missing in the Forest. That attack takes a long time to kind of bake to, you know, it takes a long time for your opponent to discard enough supporter cards for you to do enough damage for a one-hit knockout or even 200 plus damage. We're not expecting a one-hit knockout, but sometimes it is possible to do a one-hit knockout with Missing in the Forest if you are lucky enough, and if you are, you know, if the condition is such that you are able to play it. So we also have 3 Research and 3 Marnie in this deck, our regular supporter cards. 1 Shauna, 2 Schoolgirls, and 2 Bird Keepers. And as I said, it's better to play 1 Schoolgirl and 1 Schoolboy, because if you have 1 girl and 1 boy, you actually get to draw 4 cards much easier. This is a turn 1, so a first turn if you go second, or you're early on. If your VMAX haven't get knocked out yet, you get to draw 4 cards because your opponent has 6 prize cards remaining. And we're playing so many V cards, we have no 1 prize cards in this deck. So if they boss auto knock out a Crobat, you still get to draw 4 cards with your Schoolgirl. Whereas if they knock out a VMAX, you have to rely on your Schoolboy. You need to use your Schoolboy to be able to draw 4 cards. So it's better to play 1 girl and 1 boy for the deck list. But I prefer to have 2 girls, is because, you know, I prefer to, you know, use this card to draw 4 cards to start with. If you have a boy at the first few turns in the game, you can't actually use it to draw 4 cards. If you have a girl at the first few turns of the game, you can draw 4 cards. If you have a boy at the late stage of the game, after your VMAX gets knocked out, that's going to be quite late in the game. You don't need to draw that many cards after that. So it's probably best to actually draw more cards to start with early on. If you got trapped with a boy early on in the game, that's not good. So it's better to play more girls than boys in any deck. So since we are only playing 2 copies, I choose to have 2 girls. So 50-50 is not good because you need more girls than boy, as I said. So 50-50 is not good. I prefer to have 2, so 100% girl, no boys at all. And we also have 1 Raihan and 1 Experience Share to attach extra energy, so that we get to do the 2 attack costs consecutively non-stop. We get to attack every turn with our Missing the Forest, 2 attack. Double energy attack cost, also double energy with our Max Poltergeist as well. And we also get to do a Raihan Experience Share to do our 3 energy attack cost Max Tree on the next turn if we can, because it is 3 energy attack cost. Otherwise, we're going to need another Greening Cells to do it. And we have 2 Boss Order in this deck as well. Boss Order, very powerful card. We have 1 Escape Rope, 1 Switch, and 2 Bird Keeper for the Switch. And that is all for the deck list. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Rose Tower is very interesting because you get to trap your opponent by helping them, in a sense, drawing more cards from their deck, essentially helping them deck themselves, draw out their deck and then discard as many supporter cards so they get to use Missing in the Forest, even though they don't have a lot of even though they may not draw out those supporter cards. If they draw a lot of supporter cards, they can't actually use all of them at the same time, so you're trapping them. If they draw their tool cards, their supporter cards, they can't actually use it because of your Curse Shimmer. So if you have your Chandelure in the active spot, and if they draw way too many cards with the Rose Tower, and then with a Crobat, and then with another like a Bird Keeper or a Avery to draw even more cards into their hand, then that's gonna trap them even more. They're gonna have way too many tool cards in their hand, too many stadium cards. They can't actually play stadium cards that often. They can only play 1 stadium card per turn. So if they have like 2 or 3 stadium cards in their hand, and if they have a few tool cards as well, then we actually get to do a lot of damage with your Max Poltergeist. So we are helping them draw as much cards as possible with our Rose Tower. It doesn't do much though. It's only up to 3 until you have 3 cards in your hand, but sometimes it does do much. Sometimes at the right time, it helps you a lot. So hope you guys enjoyed this deck. It's called the Treetop Torch. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. If you find our videos interesting, entertaining, and fulfilling in any way, we're signing up now. Tune in for the next episode for more cool new combos featuring new cards from Fusion Strike, Pokemon Celebrations, Evolving Skies. Will be making old cards strong again as well. We are trying to revive our Trevenant VMAX with our new Chandelure featuring the new Chandelure from Fusion Strike. Obviously, this is the main card for this deck. That is why it's called the Torch deck. Chandelure VMAX, our main Candelabra deck. And we also have our, we also feature our new item card, Battle VIP Pass. Very, very strong item card as well, but you only get to do it on your first turn. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll see you on the next one and have a nice day. Bye guys!